I'm up 20 cubes since we started streaming, by the way. So we're up 20 cubes since the stream started. So an hour in and up 20 cubes, pretty good.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another Marvel Snap video. Today, what I have for you is some more of this really awesome Mr. Negative deck from Jeff Hoagland. It is his idea. I don't really think I would make any changes to it after playing it for a good amount. Mr. Negative is, like, by far the best deck in the game at getting 8 cubes. So, like, for me, I think Mr. Negative, and this is very subjective. This is to me as a player. Mr. Negative is the kind of deck that I can't play for too long because you have a lot of retreats. Like, you have so many, like, 1 cube retreats because your opponent snaps and you just, like, actually can't play the game. But you also, like, get to leverage 8 cubes really well and 4 cubes really well where you make up for it fast. So if that's the type of climb you want to do, that's totally your choice. I mean, like, that's really subjective, you know what I mean? Like, I like consistent, steady increase, because it just feels safer to me. This is volatile climbing, but it's consistent. Like, this deck is definitely, like, good enough to get you to infinite, but it's very subjective. Which is just a quick side note I'd have to throw out there, but I feel like I really have to emphasize it, even though I spent time talking about it in the other video, where it's like, you need to snap well and retreat well to play this deck, or this deck is terrible. Mr. Negative is not an archetype where you can just loosely snap and retreat, or you're gonna plummet. You're gonna absolutely feed your cubes. You 100% need to be thinking about snapping and retreating more than the gameplay half the time. Like, the gameplay is already pretty complicated in this deck, but snapping and retreating is so important to this deck. This deck is like the epitome of good snap, good retreat. Because I would wager Mr. Negative probably has a trash win rate, but it has a great cube rate like no other deck. Because like just when you don't draw Mr. Negative, or when you have like a slow negative, it's just like so much weaker. But like your opponent doesn't know that. Like if you snap turn 2, most people stay for at least 2 cubes. You know what I mean? And like people have a really bad judge of what Mr. Negative can output, which I think makes it really strong. But yeah, that's basically it. I mean, you'll see the deck. If you have Valkyrie, I think you should swap it for Shang-Chi. People are talking about playing Zabu over Psylocke. I think that's a very fair decision. If you somehow don't have Psylocke, but you have Zabu, you can play Zabu over Psylocke. I think Psylocke's really nice to give you your games where you don't have Mr. Negative. Like, when you have Psylocke, you get to play Sera. And Sera is, like, not as good as just Mr. Negative. But at least if you have Sera, you can play, like, Iron Man Mystique. So if you have, like, Bast turn 1, Psylocke turn 3 into Sera, and you have like Iron Man Mystique, you still have a game. Or like Blue Marvel Mystique, you still have a game at least. But if you are going Zabu into negative and you don't have Psylocke, you basically just don't have a game where you never draw negative. Like I can still 4-cube people when I have Sera. I can never 4-cube someone if I have Zabu but I have Psylocke, or if I have Zabu but I don't have Psylocke. Because like when you just like turn 5 Magik and then don't draw negative still, and turn 6 Sera, and then the only cards you played that game are like a bishop on 3, past turn 4, Magik, Sera, Mystique, something, like that's just not enough. But at least if you get to Psylocke Sera, you still get to actually cast your stuff, right? Which is you know, that's reasonable. Like that's an actual game you can play, which is why I prefer Psylocke. Shout out the person who said that in the comments, by the way. The person who asked about Zabu, that was a great question, and the person who answered, kind of like answered for me, which was great. Like, they had a really good explanation, which is basically what I just described. But this deck is awesome. It's also a ton of fun. You get to play a bunch of cards you don't normally get to play. Like, I love playing Sera. I love playing Bishop. Mystique and Blue Marvel, Iron Man are really cool cards. I feel like you don't really get to see a lot. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoy. I think this deck's really fun to play and really fun to watch. I hope to see you all tomorrow for another Marvel Snap video. It's just, it's crazy. It's like when they made Quantum Tunnel the feature location and just like everyone played Thanos. It's just like that. At least that's what it feels like. Oh my god, so funny. It's hilarious, dude. We're off of the dark side for now. I needed it for content. I like unironically, I needed it for content. I needed the feature location for content. This location's kind of annoying, and I'm probably just playing Blue Marble there. I think I just play Mr. Negative here. Oh, jeez, okay. So it's probably just like... Probably have to play Bishop. I mean, I could just Sera also and just say, like, this lane's dead. I think I really want to... play everything here, though. I'm making the Sera a little bit weaker, but I'm buffing the Mystique, which I think makes this worth it. And then hopefully last turn of the game I can do some big stuff. Yeah, Thanos is very fun. Thanos is honestly really fun. It's a good time. It's evil, but it's fun. Leech is definitely the villain there, though. I agree with that. Leech is, like, for sure the bad guy. Professor X. That was a bold Professor X. Okay. I think I'm winning both locations now. If only I could magic. Magic doesn't work with this, which is sad. But I get a blue marble now, so I'm adding 8 to the left, plus more. This is a win, right? Oh my god, we're beating it anyways, though. Dude, I'm on my evil arc today. Thank you, Connor Carnage. Thank you. We actually win all 3. I'm on my evil arc today. I can teach you how to Spanish. I actually took a Spanish placement test pretty recently, which was funny. And I didn't do good. But, like, I did better than I thought I would, if that makes sense. Like, I really did not do very hot, but I could have done worse. I did it on, like, Duolingo for the first time I tried Spanish in, like, 5 years since I graduated high school. And I actually remembered more than I thought I would. It could be worse. Oh, no, not the Mr. Negative. Okay, good. Dude, the man screaming you would have heard if this hit Mr. Negative, I would have been so upset, chat. Actually, so upset. There's a world where I'm maybe not supposed to play Psylocke in Murder World, by the way, and just play her in Miniaturized Lab. But I feel like since you can fill every space with Mr. Negative, you kind of just want to get rid of your bad cards. Like, I could have just stuck one here, but I feel like it would have just been better to get rid of the body and just clear out space. But I could see that being wrong. But that was my thought process, at least. Oh, Iron Man is so good. Iron Man is so good. Iron Man is very good. I think Magik's our best draw. And then after that, it's like Mystique. But I think we're pretty sure. I guess, I mean, so like with Iron Man in your deck, it's pretty good to have one stat, honestly. So maybe I should have played differently. I might have made a mistake in that sense. I'm not sure. Oh my god, we drew Magik too. That's so good. Oh, that's nuts, chat. We already snapped, so we don't have to do anything. No! Come on, man! Come on! Oh, dude. Oh my god, no. I mean, we actually drew good cards though too. I think we can actually win. Is the craziest part. I think this is actually winning though. They already Cosmoed. Am I adding too much on the right? How much am I adding on the right? So I'm adding plus 6 times 2 is a lot. I mean, that's so much on the right. I feel like I don't need then another 6. I feel like this is winning. Doom? Yeah, oh my god, we're 8-cubing them? Oh my god, we're 8-cubing them. Yeah, dude, the blind Cosmo had me upset. But this is just so good. Like, this is actually just so good. Holy crap. That was sick. That was super sick. Or at least, like, I never thought the remake was worth it, but Dead Space, like, looks fun. We have a turn 2 Mr. Negative here. But I do like the idea of it. I haven't played a single-player game in a long time, actually. Like, a really long time. I'm trying to think of the last single-player game I played. I'm actually going to check my Steam. I actually don't know. Dude, turn 2 Mr. Negative, by the way. Elden Ring was the last single-player game I played. I saw one of my friends on my friends list just show up, and they just got on Elden Ring, and then I remembered. Elden Ring is the last single-player game I played. Elden Ring was really good, though. So they storm there. We get to Magic the Storm, though, right? We get to Magic the Flooding? No, we don't. Not exactly. But, I mean, still, Bishop here is really good. Bishop here is probably going to grow throughout the game, and we have Ironheart, which is very strong. So I might lose this location if they, like, jug me, but then I have Ironheart and Blue Marble, which is really good. Yeah, Elden Ring was one of my favorite games I've played in a long time. It's not my favorite Souls game,
for sure not my favorite, but it was really good. I think the first playthrough of Elden Ring was by far the best, but for like me personally, I felt that Elden Ring, this is where I magic here and I get Cosmode, but honestly if I get Cosmode I still have a pretty good hand. I feel like Elden Ring had less replayability than some of the other Souls games I've played. Like, it wasn't bad or like unreplayable, but like Bloodborne and Dark Souls 3, I just had a lot more fun replaying myself. I mean, I can actually just play like all of these last turn of the game, so I almost just want to wait. Like, I think I just actually like I just sit because I'm not getting waved ever from them, and I kind of want to see if they'll stay for another cube. So I think I'm just passing and seeing what they do. Yeah. Shang-Chi is pretty good. They don't really have anything Shang-Chi-able right now though. I want to Ironheart now, I think, to try to get more on the right, and then I think I just play Angela Iron Man because it's kind of expensive, and then I can Mystique last turn. Yeah, this is totally fine. Yeah, we like super won this game, I think. And 2 went right, which is what we were hoping for, which is good, and then we're gonna dump last turn.
I am Iron Man.
Yeah, Professor X is worth being scared of, but I think we were fine. I think we were fine. And so this doubles Iron Man, this is a Shang-Chi, and this is a Sera. So, like, even if we lose to, like, even if they, like, add power somewhere, we're just going to win at tiebreakers, right? Because we're doubling Iron Man and we're adding 5. I think we win just both of these locations, but we actually just beat them in tiebreakers, right? They use their armor, they use their Cosmo. I think Dark Souls 3 is my favorite Souls game ever. Dark Souls 3... I've played a lot. I've done a lot of Dark Souls 3 playthroughs. I beat every boss in Dark Souls 3, all the DLC bosses. Dark Souls 3 was, like, my favorite one, I think, by far. My friend is, like, actually top 50 speedrunner in Dark Souls 3. Like, one of my friends actually is, like, on the speedrun.com leaderboard's top 50. Let me check. Yeah, Dark Souls 3 is the best. Speedrun.com, Dark Souls 3. Let me check. Professor X, Atsuma. So, it's going to be pretty close. We're tying the right, first of all, but also, I mean, we're doubling Iron Man here, so it's not like we're weak. By any sense. So, we're going to tie the right at the minimum, but also we're just winning in tiebreakers here. What a cool game, man. I'm just saying, Mr. Negative has, like, the best games. Like, I mean, this was so cool. Like, we tie the right either way, but then we also just win both of the lanes, but we're like, 100% winning in tiebreakers here, too, right? Like, this isn't even close in tiebreakers. What a cool game. That was a neat one right there. Right? Like, I don't know. I guess that was aggro Thanos, but they're just playing like Double Dino. I don't know. That's weird. You really just gotta play around like Leech at every point against Thanos, you know? Losing Iron Man sucks. Yeah, Dinos and Jaw, which makes me like that's what I'm saying. Like I don't even know what it is with that in mind. You know what I mean? Because like there can just be so many different things they could be doing. Iron Man is one of our strongest cards, so it's unfortunate we lose Iron Man here. They just get to keep Yondoing me. I have a lot of Shang-Chi splits. I'll check in a second. That's a good question. Elysium is the only reason we are seeing extra Thanos. Yeah, I agree. I think Elysium is causing Thanos to be back because it's basically just like pre-nerf with Quinjet. But like now it's I don't think it'll be long. I think I have like 7 Shang-Chi splits. We'll check after this game. Oh, they go full in there. Angela's not that big of a hit, so I have Magik, Psylocke, and Shang-Chi left in my deck. All of my cards getting Yondude is pretty unfortunate, but I think this is fine. So this is like bad guy disruption. Like they're just like on their villain disruption. Like where they're like just playing the disruption deck, but like with evil stuff. Like they're playing Yondu instead of like Rock Slide and Cork. That's kind of funny. Baronmore? Okay. I mean, I drew blue marble, so it's not all bad. And Magic's my last card, and Magic is probably fun. Do I even want an extra turn? I don't know if I want an extra turn. I don't really have a lot of cards I can play, right? Is there actually any reason to make an extra turn? I guess, like, stats is the only reason I can think of. But I just kind of don't want an extra turn, right?
I think I need the stats from Blue Marvel here. Yeah, that's what I was, I think it's just pump. Man, Valkyrie would be so much better than Shang-Chi this game. We were talking about that earlier. Valkyrie would be so much better than Shang-Chi right now. Like, it would actually be it would be huge right now. So they have priority. So where do we think they're going with their big thing? They probably play their big thing on the left. So I can Blue Marvel here. And this is plus a lot here. Then I Shang-Chi here, Ironheart here, which seems good. And I think this wins. I think this is actually pretty solid. I'm playing this out for sure. Black Bolt, the Magik. Damn. They boomer snapped into lose. That's pretty hilarious. I'm gonna be honest. Boomer snap into lose. Yeah, Ego is not the kind of card I would ever like want a feature location to be. I agree 100%, Mad Manquil. It's just not really something you want to see, right? I saw a roadmap tweet about Ego being a feature location, but like I would actually just take the day off for Marvel Snap. I don't think there would be any stream. I don't think there would be any upload. Like, I just don't want to play against Ego. You know what I mean? Like, that sounds terrible. That sounds really silly. Ego is, like, only kind of cool right now when it shows up, too. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, even when Ego shows up now, I'm like, oh, it's an Ego game. But I'm not, like, not really feeling it still. You know what I mean? Like, Ego would still not be the good card to play, in my opinion. I feel pretty strong here. Getting rid of Isle of Silence seems good. Sera is a great hit. We don't have Mr. Negative, but I feel like Magik's going to make this game pretty strong. Having Sera in play is pretty huge. We just have our own Elysium, which is nice. I think I'm probably giving up on... I mean, we could honestly probably win Shuri's Lab just with Iron Man, right? Like, Iron Man is so good in Shuri's Lab. Or, like, maybe we shouldn't be trying for it, but I feel like it's worth thinking about. This is plus 6 here. They can add another 6. I mean, if they play... I guess it depends what they play here, but if they play Red Skull here, we're actually just going to be bigger than Red Skull, possibly, right? I might have wasted the Iron Man, but I think it's worth seeing. I think I actually can just be bigger than Red Skull. By doing this. Like, that feels pretty good. I mean, if they Taskmaster here, they wasted both of their big cards, right? So, like, it might look silly to have Taskmaster go here. I think this is actually probably also better. I think it's Ironheart into Psylocke. And then I hope... Wait. So, first we Mystique. And then we Ironheart into Psylocke. So that way we're doubling this again. We get Blue Marvel next turn. And then these are all getting booped. So if they Taskmaster, right, it's already a huge commitment of their resources, right? Feels good. Yeah, like we're actually just bigger than them on the right, which is crazy. Bishop's a good card, which is why we're playing the Quantum Tunnel. They're probably a pretty bad Quantum Tunnel deck, too. And Taskmaster's fine. Titania. She-Hulk. So, unfortunately here, we do not have priority, which means we could get absolutely destroyed by Cosmo. And I think this is best, actually. Like, just hitting things again, making this bigger. What's our last card? Our last card's Mr. Negative or Blue Marvel, which I guess isn't that good. I guess I can Shang-Chi here into Blue Marvel, which is probably pretty good. Because they're not going to Cosmo off of this, right? I get Blue Marvel here in Shang-Chi also. What's the best order to play these? It's best to play Shang-Chi first and then Blue Marvel, right? If I'm getting arrowed. I think this is actually best. And I might get Cosmoed, but like I think Cosmo off of Quantum Tunnel is way too bold, right? That's tough. Titania's fine. Sunspot's not that big of a deal. Zero is fine. Ooh. Angela doesn't trigger off of that? I mean, we're winning either way, but it's actually super weird that Angela didn't trigger off of that. 92 power Shuri's Lab, by the way. Just throwing it out there, chat. 92 power Shuri's Lab. I said we were switching deck, but then I forgot to change the deck. I appreciate you like typing in chat and hanging out. It means a lot. I appreciate the support. Very swag of you. There's a lot of cool cards you get to play in this deck that you don't normally get to play. I actually don't think Ironheart's that cool of a card. I think Ironheart's actually like... I guess it's a 3/6 when you kind of think about it. I don't know. Ironheart's a weird card. Ironheart's definitely a weird card. But I really, really like being able to play some of the other cards in this deck. Them Polarising this to kill the Raptor is actually huge, by the way. Thank you, Matt Nicole. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. You're one of the good ones. Thank you. But, like, them killing this to free up a space is actually pretty huge for me, right? It's not that big a deal. Now my Ironheart is gonna hit something. It can hit this, which is weird, though. Double Elysium. Sera is basically double Elysium, though, too, which is cool. I don't think I want to play too many things here. I think I just Blue Marble, like, here. And I get ready for the last turn. I think it's just Blue Marble here. And I'm kind of playing for everything. I may be supposed to play Blue Marble left or right to add stats. That is definitely a possibility. But I can play all of these last turn of the game. And this way I'm not giving up priority. I really want them to have priority for the last turn, right? Yeah. I think Kitty, yes, 100%, 100%. I think they have a place in that. That is actually, that's a great question, Ligature Marks. Full disclosure, that is the single card I am most excited for to come out of a season pass. There is not a single card I am more excited to come out than Kitty Pryde. I am so excited for Kitty Pryde and Hitmonkey. Those two cards are going to be awesome, and I think they're going to be super competitive in the bounce deck. I think that Hitmonkey is the season pass card I am most excited for. I've never been more excited for a season pass card. I think it's going to be super duper cool. Super duper cool. Alright, so this is going to be a win left and a win right.
I am Iron Man.
Nice, dude. Nice. It's so satisfying, man. Prague with the raid! Thank you, Prague! Yeah, seriously, Prague raid, Pog. Oh my. Prague coming in. You know, thank you to Phaser Snap, by the way, for giving me the sub to Prague Plays. Prague is... to the end of my Marvel Snap video. I'm currently making a Marvel Snap video every day, so if you do enjoy, please consider liking and subscribing. It does help me out a lot. I also stream live at twitch.tv/homeboymaxwell. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope to see you tomorrow for my next video. Have a great day.